What's up, you guys? So I get a lot of messages from people who struggle with what they believe is chronic health problems. And, they're all trying different supplements and doing this and that. What I notice with most people is that they have extreme hypochondria, and they probably have something wrong with them as well. They probably have a physical issue, but they have extreme hypochondria. And it sends their brain flying through like a whirlwind of problems. And like, duh, like I could have like a vitamin deficiency. I could have, heart disease. Do I have this? Do I have that? And I was there for years. The first couple of years of my journey, I had the same issue. And the problem is they're like spinning in this whirlwind of uncertainty and getting nowhere. They're just developing more problems, if anything. And they never actually figure out what's actually causing their problems. And they might go to doctors and watch all sorts of different health gurus videos and try to get help from different people. They never really solve the problem. So listen, honestly, it helps to have somebody who knows what they're doing, yes. But the single most important thing for reversing any kind of health issue is really dialing down on what you're doing right now, and then seeing how what you're doing could be causing your problems, or what are you missing in your regimen that could be causing your problems. And so keeping a food journal is essential. Keeping a food journal, use something like Cronometer, is very, very useful. Cronometer, Chronometer, Cronometer measures the nutrients in each food, and it's probably not extremely accurate as far as bioavailability is concerned, or even the nutrient content of the food considering the soil. But anyway, it measures the nutrient content in your food so you can get a basic idea of how much nutrients you're probably getting. It measures the calories, it measures the macronutrients as well, and you can list all the foods you have and the quantity of them and this specific foods that you're eating throughout the day. And what this is going to do is give you an idea of how many calories you're eating, how much protein you're eating, how much fat, how much carbs, and then from what sources. And it's also going to give you an idea of all the vitamins, minerals, and the fatty acid content and the amino acid content of your food. You can measure omega-6 to omega-3 ratio, monounsaturated fats, how much saturated fat, how much sugar, fiber, and net carbs you're consuming. Vitamin B12, B6, magnesium, calcium, selenium, iron, all these things. Or iron, is that how people say it? Iron. No, iron, the mineral, creates hemoglobin, red blood cells. Hit you over the head with an iron pan. Now, anyway, okay, this is essential, keeping a notebook, writing down what you eat. Like if you're over there going for doctors and thinking you have some kind of illness and buying supplements and stuff, and you haven't even made a food journal, like, what the fuck, man? It's crazy, but I used to do that though. I used to see all these videos about like magical supplements, right? And I make videos about magical supplements, but nothing really changed. I mean, some herbs really helped, and some amino acids, and some minerals like magnesium. But the most important thing is to track your food, and then think about like, well, shit, what am I doing that can be causing this problem? Most people are not eating enough calories, and they think like, oh yeah, I eat a ton of food, and then like you put it on a log, and you see you've only been eating like 1,000 calories or 2,000 calories. If you're an athlete and you're a man especially, and you're only eating 2,000 calories, and you're wondering why you feel tired and you have sleep problems and all this, especially if you have dick problems, that means you're not eating enough food, or you're eating the wrong type of food. A lot of people, they eat too much simple sugar, too much simple carbs, and not enough starch. And when I'm talking about starch, I mean um, efficiently burnt chains of saccharides. How about that? I know that's probably a really weak explanation, but essentially jasmine rice and white potatoes. Probably going to be a lot better for you than honey, bananas, and especially any kind of processed sugar. But a lot of people would probably do much better on a keto diet or a carnivore diet, and they just don't realize that. But most people probably just need to up their calories. They just need to eat more high quality foods. A lot of people probably aren't eating enough protein, okay? Because there's so much stigma around eating protein. So they only eat like 0.6 or 0.8 grams per pound of body weight, not realizing that that's the lower end for the basic minimum you need to survive. It's not the amount you need to thrive and feel great. For me, when I started eating more protein and more high quality calories, I started feeling so much better. So I highly recommend everybody start tracking what they're eating though, okay? Some people can be reacting to certain foods. You could have an intolerance to tomatoes. You could have an intolerance to dairy. You can have an intolerance to complex carbohydrates. A lot of people, they go on these different diets. They diet hop, like, oh, what's the magical diet that's going to cure me? But they don't just pay attention to the basics. Look at what they're eating and then think about what could be causing it. So, yeah, I mean, that's the basic thing. Log all the supplements you take and then keep a journal for each day about how you feel on that day. I mean, I use OneNote on my phone, but I also keep written diaries sometimes. You know, you should track your food, your caloric intake, your nutrient intake, your vitamins and minerals, your activity level, like what type of exercises and how much of it you did. I even have a Fitbit that tracks my calorie burning for the day, and I actually found I burn about 4,000 calories a day on average. And I only was eating like 3 to 3.5 thousand. So that would explain why I would have chronic fatigue. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. Keep a damn journal, and I'll talk to y'all next time.